Hello. Hello.
What was that? Are you okay?
Some phlegm.
Yeah, phlegm.
An A. A C.
A phlegm. You know who's not funny?
No, shut up. Jeff Dunham is so funny.
I think he was funny when I was like 15.
He's still funny.
He's kind of like what's the name of the freaking? That's gonna bother the hell
Larry the Cable Guy, who's actually not funny.
No, he's never been funny. Is the thing. No, the stand-up comedian douchebag that everybody liked. He had the Kool-Aid,
Louis C.K.
the Kool-Aid Man bit. Don't talk about my boy Louis C.K. That dude's hilarious.
And it's sad.
Yeah. Oh, it's depressing as hell.
So sad.
It's depressing as hell. No, he was really, really big in the early 2000s.
Fluffy? Gabriel
Iglesias? No, because he's funny.
Uh,
He's funnier than I expected him to be. I guess
he's not that
really,
funny.
I thought he was funny. No, why can't I think of his name?
What is your name?
He's very excited about this movie. No. I'm talking about he was super, super popular in the early 2000s. He had the bit about the Kool-Aid Man coming, like burst through the wall, and he was like, no.
Peter Griffin?
Yes, the stand-up comedian Peter Griffin.
He was funny in the mid-2000s. Bits about the Kool-Aid Man. Bigger dude. Fits all of your like classifications.
He's not a real person!
What?
I know. I'm sorry to break it to you this
Peter
way.
Griffin's...
No, he's not.
Shoot.
He's fake.
Have you seen that real-life Peter Griffin, though? Like the dude who
looks and sounds
just like
him?
Peter Griffin?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And he got the voice down and everything.
Yeah, that guy's amazing.
That was really, really cool. Even if I don't like Family Guy anymore, that guy makes me laugh.
I watched a really interesting video that you should all go watch. It's called, like, The Day That Family Guy Died. I watched it the other day. It's like a 30-minute long video detailing, like, what happened to Family Guy and why it died.
But the long and short of it is Seth MacFarlane just doesn't care anymore.
I mean, yes, they started around the episode where Brian died, where he got hit by the car.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
That's like what they started it around.
Because it was unforgettable.
So bad.
It wasn't good. I wasn't like everyone. I didn't mind Vinny.
I mean, Vinny
the dog that stepped in.
No, but Vinny was okay. But Brian,
he was kind of a one-note joke. Was the problem with Vinny? Why don't you just kick your microphone while you're at it?
So I move my mic so I don't kick it anymore.
No, that's what's funny is you still whacked it.
Here's the thing about Vinny was that Brian was the best character on Family Guy.
False.
Who's better?
Stewie.
No. Brian is all like the intellectual humor side of Family Guy. Stewie is the second best character on Family Guy.
Brian's a gigantic douchebag. He's selfish and doesn't care about anyone else. He tries to impose his own views on other people while not following them to the letter himself.
Exactly.
He's a terrible person.
But he's a picture of most of humanity.
Yeah, that's why he's a terrible person and an awful character.
He's a great character.
Because people are dumb and I don't like them, which is why I make content for them.
When Brian writes that book and just nobody buys it, and the warehouse was full of his book.
Even better is when they ship him all of the unsold copies of them. Stewie builds a fort and he's like, my house is made of mediocrity.
The best Family Guy episodes are...
It's like seasons 5 through 7.
Well, the Brian and Stewie ones, where they go and do stuff.
Oh, the singular ones? Oh, yeah, which is hilarious to me because it's just Seth MacFarlane who voices both of those characters. So he just sits in a booth and records all of his lines for the entire episode. That's awesome to me. I mean, that's really, really cool. Seth MacFarlane's a talented man.
Like the episode where they're locked in the vault, they're like the only voice actors in the entire episode. And it was just Seth MacFarlane.
It was just them. Yeah, nobody else speaks in that episode, yeah.
20 minutes.
That was an hour-long special, I think.
I think it was a regular one. I could be wrong. It's been a while since
I think it might be a special.
I don't love that episode. I'm like in a minority. I like it. I don't love it.
I thought it was really good. It's not my favorite one. My favorite Brian Stewie episode is where they Stewie invents the device that lets them travel between alternate dimensions, and I mean, yeah, that one's just really, really fun. That's like my favorite episode.
The one where they go and find Santa Claus, which is a two-parter. I think that one's my favorite of their episodes.
That one has August Burns Red's Carol of the Bells in it, and I just about lost my mind.
My favorite... That's my favorite Stewie and Brian episode, one of my favorite Family Guy episodes. And then the Best American Dad episode is the one
I don't like American Dad.
Yeah, but the one that where they kill Santa with the big elf fight at the end.
Oh, I'm sorry, that's the one that has August Burns Red.
Yeah, is that during the elf fight at the end?
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. You're right.
Yeah, and I mean, even then, I've never liked American.
No, American Dad. I'm sorry, Brody.
Most of those,
it's not that good.
Most of those sort of adult cartoons, I'm really not super into. Family Guy was kind of an exception, and it's like I know my family hates them, so sorry, mom and dad. But I mean,
like your
most of
Family
Guy is also garbage. But I mean, the kind of shows. I mean, when it comes to sort of like adult animation, if you will, Futurama will always be my number one because Futurama is one of the best shows on television ever. And then up there for me, I don't even consider it an adult show. I think it honestly caters a bit more to. No, I think it caters a bit more to really a lot more people. It's not super adult, but I love Bob's Burgers.
No, Bob's Burgers it's one of those things where I've never personally got into it, but I can see the merits of Bob's Burgers.
It's super funny. Brittany and I watch it all the time, and I'll just laugh and laugh and laugh.
Brittany's over there.
She is over there, off camera. Hi, Brittany.
Hello.
We're talking about Bob's Burgers.
Yes.
Brittany and I like to watch Bob's Burgers. We were Bob and Linda for Halloween, actually.
They were. Chris drew on this disgusting mustache.
Brittany drew on this disgusting
Chris had a disgusting mustache drawn onto his face.
You know who else has a disgusting mustache? Is Bob Belcher.
And Chris LeBack.
Yes, I do.
I'm
incapable of growing one.
I will throw out one before I change topics for the question. One thing I'm going to throw out there: The Simpsons, probably the best animated adult show of all time. I would give The Simpsons a nod over Futurama. It's because when we were like old enough to like enjoy The Simpsons, when they were already bad.
We were past it.
They were already bad. If you watch mid '90s Simpsons,
I'm sure it's hilarious.
It's a masterpiece.
And I have the intention of going back and watching it someday. But I mean, it's like that style of humor I get out of Futurama because it's all the same people that work on it.
Yeah, I mean, Futurama's... Don't get me wrong. Futurama's like probably my third favorite.
Futurama was basically our Simpsons.
Yes.
I mean, for the people our age, yeah. And because it was hilarious. It's one of my favorite things. I don't know if you're aware of this. The Nerdist podcast had a reunion of all the main cast, and they did a radio show as all of the characters from Futurama. Okay, that's kind of awesome. It's really funny. They did it like... It's brand new. They did it this year.
Ooh.
So you should go listen to that. It's awesome.
I just want to hear Joe DiMaggio reprise his role as Bender.
Ah, man.
That's all I want in life.
Isn't it John DiMaggio? Joe DiMaggio.
Joe DiMaggio is a baseball player. Yeah, he is. He was the Yankees manager for a while. Anyway, here's my question that comes off of this topic.
I never followed baseball.
Keeping in the... Neither do I. It's a lame sport.
It kind of is. Go Royals, though.
Go Reds.
Kansas City.
It's not a lot to cheer for there. But here's the thing. Here's my topic, my question. It's not my topic for the episode, but this came to mind when we were talking about cartoons.
Okay.
Top, like, your favorite, like, 3 or 4, like... cartoon, like sort of like kids, like Cartoon
like
Network,
kids
or like
cartoons.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm taking Avatar out of the running because the Avatar just, like, I feel like it's in a category of its own where like it's not a when you think kids cartoon, but it's in a different category.
I guess American anime. I don't know.
I don't know. It's not a traditional kids cartoon.
It's not.
In the way that you think of a kids cartoon is like. When I think of the most stereotypical kids cartoon, Ed, Ed and Eddie is the first thing that comes to mind.
That's actually the first thing I come up with as well, and that's easily. All right, I'm going to put that on my top 5. I'm not going to be able to list them from 1 to 5.
No need to do an order. I'm just interested to know
cool.
like, kind of ice levels from last week, where it's no particular order, but just like a few of your thoughts.
List some of my favorite.
General
Ed and Eddie,
thoughts.
Johnny Bravo, definitely up there for me. Dexter's Laboratory. Dexter's Laboratory. I was never able to do the Dexter voice. I was always able to do the Mandark though. The ha 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 ha. I'll get you, Dexter. You know, what a great show. Kids cartoons. Pokemon. Especially, I mean, obviously the first 2 seasons, which are of course the what's it called? Crap. The Indigo Plateau. Yeah. And the Orange Islands.
Man, my favorite scene that whole time is like the 3rd or 4th episode when you meet Brock's dad, and like Ash just walks up and points at him and like very loudly to the other goes, "Who's this old guy?" Just like the most rude child.
Ash wasn't very smart.
No, Ash is a douche.
Yeah.
Screw Ash.
Yeah.
Sorry, Misty for life.
Sorry, Ash. Actually, though, Misty's great. I had a crush on her as a kid.
Everyone had like a cartoon character crush.
Absolutely, it was Misty for me, 100%. She was the coolest. Also, go water types.
You know, I realize this may say a lot about me, like as an adult now.
Still have a crush on Misty.
The kind of like, girls that I like. The chick from Danny Phantom might have been mine as far as like cartoon crushes.
I was already like 13 or 14 by the time Danny Phantom was on TV, so I was kind of past that point.
I was like 10.
Yeah.
'Cause I'm younger. I'm a child.
You are younger, youngin.
But Danny Phantom's amazing.
Danny Phantom was a good show. I'll agree with that.
It's in my top 5, as a side note.
I don't know how to put that in my top 5. I wasn't super into it. I thought it was good. Ooh. Other cartoons. I can't believe I didn't say this right off the top. The first 4 seasons of SpongeBob SquarePants
That's
are unparalleled.
That's the given.
Unparalleled.
That's the GOAT. That's of kids' cartoons, that's the first 4 seasons are the GOAT.
Absolutely.
There is none better.
I forget whether the good stuff stopped at season 5.
The good stuff really stopped when they had
It was 5 or 6.
after like the first big movie, which
Which
is a
came out around
movie.
which came out around season 5 or 6.
Yeah.
So
And it was decent for
wherever
a
that was,
while.
it's like all of SpongeBob up until the first movie is just gold. It doesn't stop being funny.
And there is some good after it. Like here and there, I got a few good
Yeah.
episodes, but it's not mostly bad.
It went on a steep decline pretty fast, unfortunately. But I mean, I still go back and watch those episodes, and I just laugh. They're so funny.
I mean, the hash slinging slasher never stops being funny.
I just watched the episode on Saturday, and I was laughing the entire time.
It's so funny. Especially like
There's never time during the day to mop the ceiling.
well, especially as somebody who has like worked nights and like fast food, like that's 100%.
Oh yeah, it's something that gets funnier as you get older. You sit there and it's like, wait, what was the third thing? The walls will ooze green slime. Oh no, wait, they always do that.
That's a great episode. That's in my top like 3 or 4 SpongeBob
Trash,
episodes.
the slinging, the mash, the flinging, the bash ringing.
But yeah, so here's the thing: Avatar and SpongeBob are my 2 goats, but for different reasons.
Oh, absolutely, they're two completely. different
SpongeBob
shows.
is like the comedic goat, whereas Avatar is like the like. I don't want to say serious, but it's the.
It gets pretty serious.
It's like the cinematic goat because it actually tell the full. It's not. It's non-episodic.
It does tell a full story with some very, very well written character progression.
Really well. I mean,
And
you don't see that.
Zuko is one of my
progression in, like,
favorite
adult
TV character
shows.
shows of all time
Yes.
for a reason.
Yes.
I also love. I wish I could remember the name of the guy that voices him, but he's super, super cool too.
He's in a bunch of stuff.
He's in a bunch of stuff. He also has his own YouTube channel. I plug it if I remember his name.
I know.
Google it. You can
Can't
find
Google
it.
it, or just don't. Just subscribe to us.
You can subscribe to both. That's
Nope.
okay.
But only give to our Patreon.
Yeah, only donate to us. Sorry, Zuko. You got plenty of that Nickelodeon money. Because he came back to voice Zuko's grandson in Korra.
Yeah, which is just okay. Korra is not that great.
First season was amazing.
It
and
steadily went downhill.
And then it stopped being amazing.
The animation, to me, in
that first season, animation went up.
And in the second season, I don't know if you watched it.
I watched half of
it
the
looked
second
like clip
season
art
and stopped
animation at
watching.
times.
It got bad.
I was like,
I think it got handed off to a different studio.
I have been told it gets better in like the 3rd and 4th season, but why does Korra get? I think it's 5 seasons.
2 was ugly. Well, because the original Avatar had 5 seasons.
3 books. Water, Earth, and Fire. 3 books. Now they were long. They were like 20.
Wasn't it 4 seasons though?
Only 3.
Oh,
3 books.
that's
Because there was
short.
no air book because he already.
He already knew how to do area. That's shorter than I thought. I think Korra only had 4 seasons. Didn't it?
Each season's like 20 episodes in Avatar, so they're like long. They're long seasons.
You know what's even crazier is that the last Airbender, like each season is him trying to learn a different element. Whereas in Korra, she already knows 3. At the beginning of season 1, she can already do fire, earth, and water.
Yeah.
And then at the end of season 1, she learns air.
Learns.
She learns air.
Kind of. She's like in training. She
trains. No, she learns it by in the last couple episodes.
I want to call her a master. I want to say she's like as good as Aang's kids.
Sure, but
They're like 5.
Sure, but she knows how to airbend.
Kind of.
Which she couldn't up until that point.
Yeah,
therefore, she knows how to airbend.
Yeah, kind of.
But it was at the.
I can airbend too.
But it was also at the mercy of losing her other powers because the bad guy was that crazy dude who could steal it or who could eliminate people's bending powers.
Amon? Oh,
the guy that voices the dude from Cowboy Bebop.
Yeah, no, it's Steve Bloom, who voices Spike Spiegel in Cowboy Bebop, is the voice of Amon.
And like every other character ever in an anime.
He's in a lot of shows. He's not as
video games.
He's not as ubiquitous as like Johnny Young Bosch or Todd Haberkorn in anime, but he's up there.
Nolan North.
He's no Nolan Baker.
Troy Baker.
Troy North.
I ship it.
Oh God. But yeah, so a few that I'll throw out there. Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy.
It was decent.
It's a dark and weird show, but
I was never super into it.
It's so good. The best episode of that show.
I felt the same about like Courage the Cowardly Dog. It's like I could never get into it. It just wasn't for me.
Courage also. I was going to say Courage next, but the best episode of Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy is this episode where Billy's like dad loses his job. I think it might be Billy's fault, but so they have to like leave town, and they have this deal with the Grim Reaper, where Mandy like hustled him in a game of I think a hopscotch or something, and he had to be their servant for life.
Sure.
And as they're Billy's about to move out of their town, so there's this whole dispute over who gets to keep him.
Right.
And it goes to court, and it becomes like an episode of like Judge Judy, but it's over like who gets like custody of the Grim Reaper.
Huh.
And then this whole epic song called "The Keeper of the Reaper," and it's just a marvelous episode of television. And it incorporates almost all, like, the jury consists of all of, like, the side characters from the show.
That's pretty cool.
So it's like, I don't know if you remember Fredburger. Fredburger was the best side character on that show.
I don't remember.
This dumb elephant.
I don't remember.
But yeah, anyway.
I only watched an episode here and there, and I wasn't super into it.
Great show. Courage is weird and twisted and scary. As a kid, it scared the crap out of me. But
dude, watching it now, that show's messed up, man.
I don't know why, like,
it was literally a horror show for kids.
Yeah.
There's like the kid version of the Rocky Horror Picture Show, or not the American Horror Story.
Yes,
Rocky Horror Picture Show was completely
before that. Another one I'll throw out there, which I can't believe you didn't think of, is Codename Kids Next Door.
I was just about to say that, actually.
Codename Kids Next Door never stops being good.
Mark Hamill voices Sticky Beard.
I forgot about that.
Yeah. That was a good show.
It's a creative show.
I liked Codename. And again, that was another show that I would watch and I enjoyed. I wasn't super into it, but I liked it. I thought it was really good.
You said Johnny Bravo already?
I said Johnny Bravo. Because Johnny Bravo is so funny.
I feel like I'm forgetting something that's going to bug, like later's going to hit me.
Freaking, I saw a clip of, it's just this one little joke of Johnny Bravo that's like been stuck in my head since I saw it. It was on Facebook or whatever. But he sees this what is clearly like a Spanish woman and goes up to her and goes, "Hola, mamacita." He goes, "Sprackens her love." I was just like, this show is so damn funny.
My sister went on a huge Johnny Bravo kick lately, and she found out that it was made in Australia, and there were licensing issues, so almost the entire show isn't legally available in America anymore.
That's crazy.
There were huge licenses. It's like
Boomerang airs it now.
Pretty much Boomerang is like the only person who has rights to it, and
that's because it aired originally on Cartoon Network, which is owned by which owns Boomerang.
But they don't have like production rights, so there's no like the DVDs are like impossible
anymore. Yeah.
The DVDs are like impossible to find in America. And,
you can only find it on the air nowadays.
Which is a bummer. And Boomerang kind of sucks now. I don't know if you ever watched like Boomerang recently.
Do you want to are you ready to feel old? First off, this is kind of cool. Where Boomerang has their own streaming service.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Which is that's really neat. But Boomerang will also broadcast like live on Facebook every Saturday morning. They'll do Saturday morning cartoons.
I forgot about that. I remember you telling me that.
Which I think is really, really neat. And I see all these other channels like that are affiliated with Cartoon Network sharing it and everything. And I always go, that's super awesome. And it's always like Scooby-Doo or something. I found out on regular rotation on Boomerang now are both Johnny Bravo and Dexter's Lab. And I was like, oh no. I don't like that feeling at all. Dexter's Lab airing next to Scooby-Doo.
The one I would throw in there is the old Scooby-Doo. Like that first few seasons of like original Scooby-Doo.
They still make Scooby-Doo movies.
Well, yeah, but they're not good.
They're never good.
No, the one where they go to Australia.
The Zombie Island?
Well, the Zombie Island one's really good, but the one where they go to Australia and they're at a rock festival.
I don't know.
They go to like a
I don't remember a lot of
Kiss style like rock festival.
That's hilarious.
That one was made like mid 2000s. There's the Chupacabra one in Mexico, which is awesome. The Zombie Island one is awesome.
The only one I remember Zombie Island because that was the only one I watched outside of the awful live action.
Where it's like actually zombies.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
That scared me as a kid.
Spooky.
Because they were never actual real monsters. It was all
and all of a sudden it was.
And then suddenly there's this movie where they're real monsters, and I went, "Oh no, that's not right."
But yeah, the old school Scooby Doo, and it just there is something that I'm forgetting that's gonna I'm gonna like wake up in the middle of the night screaming.
I feel like I'm forgetting something else too. I said it.
American Dragon Jake Long was pretty good.
Jake Long was good.
Who voiced Jake Long?
Same guy that voiced the Zuko.
Yeah, I was gonna say the Zuko guy, isn't it?
Yep.
He keeps coming up.
Mm-hmm. He's good.
What are we forgetting? There's
I'm sure there's plenty that
something we're forgetting.
Did you ever watch the Jackie Chan adventures?
Those are not. They're not good. Shut up. Want to think of one more, and then let us move on topic. But this is gonna bug me because
I can't think of one.
Oh, Flapjack and Chowder.
I didn't watch
Both of those are awesome.
Those are past my time.
Adventure Show and Regular Time are the two I'll throw in there.
Adventure Time.
Adventure
Time and Regular Show.
I don't want to talk
Adventure
about
Show. Regular Time.
Adventure Time and
Adventure
Regular
Show and Regular Time are the words that just came out of your mouth.
Adventure Time and Regular Show.
I want to make a show called Regular Time.
Regular Time. New podcast name, Regular Time.
Oh my god! You know what's funny is you can still find these on YouTube, but I don't know if you're aware, but the same people that work on both Adventure Time and Regular Show are the same people that do Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
And the first few episodes, or like they were like these featurettes. They're not very long, but the first ever created like animation of Regular Show is all voiced by Dan Harmon, and it was meant to eventually like become Rick and Morty, which is why the character Mordecai is on Regular Show because it evolved from the character Morty. But I mean, it's the Gumball dude and Mordecai in these little. They're not even fully animated. It's like watching the storyboards. But it's really funny because it's these characters from this children's show, but it's all super adult stuff. They're like swearing.
Yeah.
And shit. It's so funny though. And I mean, Regular Show, to be fair, should not air to the kinds of kids that are watching Cartoon Network. That show's messed up.
Yeah, Tyler the Creator is on an episode of Regular Show. There's like a whole episode of like Regular Show, or like
He's got a TV show now.
oh no,
Like an animated show.
Later Squad was
Sure.
his live action show on Adult Swim, which was awesome.
He's now got an animated show on Adult Swim too.
Oh really?
Yeah,
Because Later
it
Squad
doesn't look good.
Loiter Squad was so funny. Speaking of Adult Swim shows, I'll be honest, in general, I don't like Adult Swim shows that much.
They're not very good.
Adventure Teen, Hunger Force, whatever the frick,
Aqua Teen Hunger Force.
that show's not good.
You know what was
Robot
good?
Chicken isn't good.
You know what was good though. Speaking of this is the only Adult Swim show that I can think of that I really enjoyed. Was Harvey Birdman, Attorney at Law.
Okay, Harvey Birdman was good.
I've even found this one joke from the show, and I was like, I need to go back and watch this because this is funny. But it was two of the characters from the Jetsons were on the show because they had it was like a fake talk show, like late night show, and they'd have these other cartoon characters on as guests. And they had two of the characters from the Jetsons, and he's like, so you guys are from the future. And they go, yes, the far-off year of 2002. And Harvey looks down at his calendar, and it says 2004 on it. I saw that. It was just like a picture on Reddit or something. I was like, I need to watch this show again, man. That's funny.
Harvey Birdman was good. But nothing else on Adult Swim ever
nothing else jumps out to me.
stood out to me.
Because, I mean, the only funny shows that were on Adult Swim are the ones that were sourced from outside of Cartoon Network, like Family Guy and stuff.
But then Toonami was a thing.
Toonami. It's weird to think that
Technically still a
Toonami
thing.
is an Adult Swim show.
Ooh.
Which Toonami is back.
Does Samurai Jack count as a kid's cartoon?
Absolutely, it does.
Because Samurai Jack.
Also, the Tchaikovsky Clone Wars series too.
Well, both Clone Wars series, really.
Yeah, but the Samurai Jack style one specifically, I like a little more, if only for nostalgia's sake.
Well, no, because that show is actually amazing.
The new one's good too.
But yeah, Rebels and Clone Wars
Are both very good.
I don't want to put them in my top 5, but I would highly regard them.
Yeah. I'll keep my Star Wars bias out of them, and I'll say I wouldn't put them in top 5. But there's some good scenes of Clone Wars, man.
Well, the Rebels, I think it was Rebel that had the fight between
Maul and Obi-Wan.
Yeah, that fight's good.
Which is crazy because it's like 2 seconds long. People are upset about it. I was like, no, it's like a samurai duel. It was so awesome, which is what the Jedi were originally based on.
There's another fight where it's Darth Maul and someone else that you showed me that was like a couple minutes long. I can't remember who it was, but it was a really cool fight.
Oh, it was Darth Maul and his brother against Sidious.
Yes, that fight.
which that's the last time we see them in the Clone Wars.
Oh, those Clone Wars, not Rebels.
Yeah, because Clone Wars was canceled. It had like a few more episodes or left or something. The Disney buyout happened, and George Lucas just dropped it. He was like, "I'm out," and so like the poor team at Rebels never got to finish it. So they never got to finish Clone Wars, and so they've actually used Rebels a bit to sort of tie up some of those plot lines, which is why Maul came back and that sort of deal, which is cool. The guy that runs the Clone Wars / Rebels shows is brilliant. And I mean, I'm really happy for them. They're in the last season of Rebels right now. There's just a few more episodes left, and apparently it's supposed to drop off right before Rogue One starts.
Oh, that's cool.
Almost to the point where the Ghost, the ship that they fly around in Rebels, is in Rogue One.
Well, it's in. You see it at Scarif.
Not to mention, you also see the droid Chopper at the Rebel base. He's in like all of 5 frames of the thing, but he's there and you can see him.
I remember you showing that to me one time when we watched it.
And then they also have like a radio call over the loudspeaker at the Rebel base at one point, asking for a General Syndulla, which Hera Syndulla is a character on Rebels. So everyone's trying to figure out whether the Rebel show is going to end at the Battle of Scarif or it's going to drop off right before Rogue One starts. To have an animated version of the Battle of Scarif would be amazing.
That'd be pretty cool.
Because, I mean, they just had Saga Rare on the show. And what's his name came back to voice him.
Lies. Deceptions. Forrest Gump. Forrest Whitaker.
Forrest Gump. Yeah, they just had Forrest Whitaker come back and voice his character. Or, like, reprise his role as Saga Rare.
Forrest Whitaker was in every piece of advertising for Rogue One.
And he was in it for like
5 minutes. It was awesome.
I knew he wasn't going to be a big part of it, because he was already a big part of Clone Wars.
But Saga Rare is a cool character.
He's a very cool character. I like him a lot. I like the idea of this extremist rebel force that the Rebel Alliance stayed away from. Like, they weren't a part of that, which I think is super, super cool. And that's why I like the character of Saga Rare so much, because he's that extremist rebel that's like, no, it creates this cool dynamic of having guys that, I mean, you would originally think of as the good guys, but really doing things just as bad as the Empire. True. And it's a cool dynamic to see a bit more gray being added into the original like sort of black and white good guys bad guys of the original trilogy, which I'm a big fan of. And I mean, clearly The Last Jedi is leaning heavily on those themes too. I mean, with the whole idea of Rey probably isn't going to be a Jedi, probably, but I mean, Kylo Ren and Snoke are not Sith. So I mean, we're getting in some sort of unexplored territory with Last Jedi, and I'm losing my mind in excitement over it.
Excited.
I can't wait.
So I'm gonna throw out my like actual topic question.
All right, let's do it.
So topic of the week is, so I'm gonna do a little prefacing for the topic and then get into what the actual topic is.
Preface me, Daddy.
Which is, so over the weekend, the finals for League of Legends Worlds happened.
Yes.
It's a big deal. Blah blah blah.
Did you see the AR Dragon?
Oh yeah.
Were you about to bring that up?
I wasn't.
Okay,
but
good.
It was cool.
Yeah, it was neat. I saw it on Reddit.
So anyway,
I don't follow League. Just he does. I don't.
The big shebang of Worlds happened. Blah blah blah.
Yes.
So Worlds viewership in general has been down over the last couple of years.
You mean it's not more people than the Super Bowl anymore?
3 or 4 years.
Man,
ago,
I feel so bad for them.
3 or 4 years ago, it was crazy.
Yeah, more than the Super Bowl.
And it's still a lot.
Oh yeah,
but it's gone down a bit. And across the board,
it's only like 8 million as opposed to 10.
Well, across the board, eSports viewership has gone down in 2017.
Yeah.
For about a year and a half now, it's been trending downwards.
Sure.
And we're both kind of into eSports. I'm more into eSports than you are, but you'll watch it from time to time.
I do.
So here's my question to you as somebody who is, I'd say, a pretty avid gamer and enjoys video games, but isn't necessarily into eSports.
Yeah.
What does eSports need to do to reach people like you? Because the problem they hit right now is, even like why I don't watch as much as I used to is, it's like, if I only have a few hours in a day to like do what I want to do,
I'm going to play games
rather than watch. So what does eSports need to do to reach yourself and people like you who are gamers
that's
but aren't into eSports?
That's a very interesting thing to ask me, especially because I'm also not part of of an extremely large group of people that even likes to watch Twitch streamers. I'm not super into it. And I know Twitch streaming is gigantic, and lots of people, probably the majority of gamers like to watch Twitch streamers, and I really don't.
I do enjoy a good Twitch stream.
The only time I'm on Twitch is to watch an eSports tournament or to watch Kind of Funny, who are great. They're my favorite.
They're pretty funny.
I love them so much. They're kind of funny.
I knew that was coming.
They're asking for it with that joke. That's the name of their show. They're asking for it. That's all on them. That's on you, Greg Miller. That's on you. Come at me. Come on my show. I'd love to have you. You can sleep
Greg
in
Miller.
my bed if you want. Just me and you. Wear the Spider-Man mask. Let's be sure we tag him in this video.
all I had into Troy Baker, all people I tag in our videos.
Also, Troy. Tag him too. I want him on the show. Damn it.
I tag Troy in all our videos.
I know. It's great.
Troy, come on the show.
Please. We have free beer. We'll take you to see a show around town. I know you play music. Is that creepy? That might be creepy.
This might be.
I want your hair.
I just want hair.
You can give him your hair if you want. To answer your question, because I'm not super into streaming, and I was bigger into esports like a year ago.
It's true.
And recently I've had a shift just sort of in my gaming tastes where there was a point where I almost felt obligated to, as part of the Smash community, I felt almost obligated to be a big part of esports. Yeah. I stopped enjoying it after a while. I stopped enjoying really playing the game and watching other people, and I dropped out of. And now I'm really at a point in my life, not just in gaming, but really almost every aspect, where I'm just trying to do all the things that I enjoy, and sort of make it in life.
Before you get married,
and take that. Before you get married. Before hi, Brittany. She's right over there. She's got headphones in. It's fine. But I'm just trying to do more positive things in my life, things that mean a bit more to me. If we want to deep dive into this, I spent a lot of my teenage life just really kind of sitting around and not necessarily doing a whole lot, and there I wasn't super active a lot, and I feel like I missed out on a bunch of stuff when I was younger, and I kind of came to this realization about a year or two ago that I was like, I'm in the prime of my life. I need to be doing more things that I really enjoy while I'm still young, and that's kind of where the show came from, honestly. This is something that I've wanted to do since I was like 16 or 17, and just never really had the ambition to do. And now, we're putting 110% into this, and I'm really enjoying it so far. But gaming wise, I just sat down. I was like, I'm just gonna play the stuff I enjoy from now on. It's like, and I don't care about reviews or the general populace opinion, like that sort of deal, because that would have sort of an effect on the things that I would choose to play. Which means I just avoid Twitch in general, because it's not really something that appeals to me all that much. Which is why, honestly, that we don't stream right now. We probably will at some point. I don't think we can avoid that in this day and age.
And the computer thing.
What, PC gaming?
Well, it'd be hard to stream with our computer situation.
Oh, yeah. We have Caleb.
It's true.
But honestly, I think when SavePoint gets to the point where we are streaming, I'm probably not going to be super active on that. I prefer edited videos, and that's just my style of content. But I think that's starting to go away.
And even a lot of YouTubers who are gaming YouTubers are going to just their edited videos are just
cut down
clips.
Live streams. Yeah. That's what Funhouse does, for instance. And there's nothing wrong with that, and I think I can live with that. But as for esports specifically, to reach out more towards me, I think esports in general lacks a sort of centralization. And my thing is, I look at something like Halo, which literally created MLG. In fact, Halo is the reason we have esports as we know it today. Because MLG was created to support a Halo tournament circuit, and then all these other games jumped on board. Yeah, exactly. So you can thank Halo for any esport nowadays. And Halo's kind of been shoved off of MLG and off to the side with literally its own tournament, the HLCS, or HCL, whatever. I don't watch it. That's because I don't care. But I think esports for me mostly don't matter because the majority of the games I play nowadays are single player. I'm not super into multiplayer games these days, and the ones I am are very, very casual, such as the upcoming Battlefront 2, which I'm fine with. or Destiny 2, which is not very esports friendly.
No.
Just by design. If they were to bring back the custom games like they had in Destiny 1,
Bungie.
we'd see a return to that, especially considering how much more balanced the Crucible is for team play. Bungie. We're looking at you. We want Destiny esports. Bring back custom matches so we can have tournaments.
That just feels like a feature that I don't understand why it wasn't at launch.
Which is wild to me because Halo was known for its custom game types.
Well, I don't get it. It boggles my mind that in 2017 they can't slap on custom game types.
And they did it in the last game too. I don't know why it didn't ship with that, but I mean, whatever.
Why not it yet?
They're dealing with other stuff.
Are they?
Yeah, the DLC's about to drop.
Nerf Mida, please.
I don't care.
It's stupid.
I don't care that much. I'm going to play the expansion when it comes out, and I'm going to go right back to playing Battlefront or whatever else is out.
Fair.
I just picked up Assassin's Creed, and it's awesome. Really, I don't have an answer for you because I don't know. And it's not that I dislike esports. I'm a big fighting game fan, and I enjoy watching fighting game tournaments. But as somebody that doesn't actually participate in fighting games a lot anymore, or at least in the esports fighting game community, I'll watch them casually every now and then. But I don't really know. I don't have an answer for you.
Well, I think the problem that our generation is running into is that we fell in love with esports a couple years ago, as most of us were in college. As we're all hitting the real world, getting real world jobs and doing real world things, time becomes so much more scarce. And it's one of those things where until until esports hit a level where
almost of legitimacy.
And a big thing for me is schedule wise.
Yeah.
Esports schedules are like super weird and inconsistent.
Well, majors are always on weekends, qualifiers are always during the week. Your weeklies are always during the week. Like it's a whole thing.
Well, that's kind of like the fighting game side of things, but like League, like Worlds this year.
Sure.
Worlds happened, which is fine because it's a worldwide event, and it happened in Asia this year.
Yeah.
So all of the games were at 3 and 4 in the morning.
Yeah.
So it's like I'm not gonna stay up till 3 or 4 in the morning, but at the same time, I don't want to watch like a VOD of that. Like, okay, if you missed a Chiefs game, would you go and like on a Monday afternoon watch like a replay of like the Chiefs game?
I hardly watch them when they're live. Exactly.
It's one of those things where it's just like watching a replay of like a sport feels dumb.
Now, to be fair, I have gone and watched VODs of Smash tournaments that I missed.
I think it's different though, because the difference for me between like that and like League esports, at least for me, when I've gone back, a lot of the times when I go back to watch Smash, a lot of it is to learn things, to see what the pros are doing.
No, I just like to watch them. I'm there for the hype.
The hype, I don't know. I guess another thing is also, there's so much more concentrated hype in a fighting game. You know, you can watch a full set.
I don't know jack shit about League, so I mean, it's hard for me.
You can watch a full set for a fighting game in 15 minutes, right?
Sure.
League, Dota, what have you.
It's a bigger time.
2-3 hours.
Well, I mean, there's also the constant thing of why like Overwatch isn't necessarily like taking off as an esport despite its popularity, is because it's not interesting for people that don't play Overwatch. And I think the same boats for League. It's just there are a lot more people that play League than any other game. I don't think esports are going anywhere. No. To speak of your people sort of aging out, there's always going to be more people coming in.
Younger generations, at least from my experience working with them, I haven't seen the same level of care for esports that like our generation.
I'd almost disagree.
They're more into Twitch than esports.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know, but I mean, you gotta understand, I'm so ignorant of that whole sphere anyway. It's like I don't watch any Twitch streamers because they bore me.
For me, a huge part of the job that I work right now is data entry. Mm-hmm. So for me, it's super easy. I do most of it in the apartment.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll plop down on the floor, throw a Twitch stream up on the TV, and just do data entry on my laptop. And it's background noise. And I've grown to prefer that to music. I don't know why.
Nah,
I think it's the visual stimuli to go along with it, where like I can kind of like glance up, glance back down.
And I can understand that, but then for me, it's like I'll throw a TV show on or something that I actually think is entertaining.
That's the thing with TV shows. I don't want to, when I watch a show, I want to watch the show.
I mean, there are particular shows that I can turn on in the background and not have to pay attention to. Usually, it's either a show that isn't super plot heavy and it's just kind of goofy, like Friends.
Well, Friends is my go-to if I want background noise for a TV show.
Or I'll throw The Office on because I've seen it so many times that I don't necessarily need to watch the episode anymore.
Good show.
It's one of my favorites. Also, like earlier seasons of Bob Burgers or Seinfeld or something that I just put on and have noise. But I mean, usually if I'm working and I want to listen to something, I'm either listening to a podcast or music. And I mean, if I'm putting on something in the background, music is always my first choice. Usually some form of like lo-fi jazz hop or something. But yeah, I mean, I don't think esports are going anywhere. Twitch streamers are definitely not going anywhere. It's just not something that entertains me. I don't like seeing some dude's face in front of the gameplay where it's just them doing it.
I will say,
oh man, I almost died there.
There could be a Twitch bubble that will burst.
It's happening soon.
A lot of Twitch
streamers
streamers
look at YouTube.
are running into tax problems where they're realizing, I'm making all this money off Twitch, and I need to start paying taxes on that. So it's like a huge tax evasion problem that's going to be cropping up if they don't start paying taxes.
Which really is their own fault. Twitch doesn't have anything to do with that. That's just their fault for not paying taxes on the money that they're getting.
No, yeah, it's just their own dumb fault.
Oh, yeah. Which really, once tax season comes up, just take it to somebody and be like, to some accountant or something. Just take it to somebody and be like, look, here's the money I've made this year. This is all donations from this thing that I do. Help me figure out how to pay taxes on it.
A cool thing is that Patreon will actually, if you get to a certain amount of donations,
taxes are taken from it.
They make you fill out W-2s.
Yeah.
So you're basically like registered more as an employee of Patreon,
Yep.
which simplifies taxes for you.
Yep. Which is why Patreon is awesome. It's one of many
Patreon's
reasons.
great. What
we have
we
one.
need to give to our Patreon.
Please, we need you know what we're using for lighting right now is a lamp from Sam's room.
It's a $10 Target lamp.
Please help us. Please. Super Mario Odyssey's up. We really want to play it.
Which we need to switch for.
It's killing me. I want to play it so bad, Sam.
I do too.
You
know what else I want to do? Have you all follow our Twitters.
You should.
Twitter.com/SavePointProductions, Twitter.com/SaveMoreMusic, and Twitter.com/SavePointChris.
SavePoint Chris.
I almost said your old Twitter. I miss the old Twitter.
I don't.
It has more followers than the new Twitter.
80% of them are porn bots. The other 20 are like clothing companies that I've never heard of.
Sounds about right for Twitch or for Twitter in general.
Yeah. Which, it's like a lot of my friends left the Twitter sphere, and I was just like, I don't know why I still have this. So I made one for SavePoint Chris, and I like that one much better. Go follow it. Sometimes I say things.
We have a Facebook, facebook.com. It's just SavePoint Production. There's no it's like /SavePoint Production and then a bunch of numbers.
It's just Google. Just search for SavePoint Productions.
It's a long URL.
Just search for SavePoint Productions on Facebook.
Go in the description down below.
The links
are all there. So thank you guys so much for watching. Any clothing thoughts on cartoons?
I farted and it smells, and I'm sorry.
My clothing thought is we're going to go watch Your Name, which I just got the limited edition.
I'm so excited.
I thought about unboxing it, kind of like we did the...
Go play Assassin's Creed Origins. It's so good. I can't believe I didn't talk about it. I forgot.
Oh, yeah.
There's some definite... It's so good looking. The voice acting is all amazing so far. The combat's really, really cool. It's all different. The free running is all different and works so much better. I actually go in the direction I want to go. Also, God, just hit your mic more. I don't remember what I was going to say now. Go play Origins. It's almost Witcher-esque. Check it out. It's a lot of fun.
Also, go buy Your Name. It's a great movie.
Best anime movie. I'm going to say it right now. I think I like it more than Spirited Away.
It's my personal favorite by by a hair.
I'm really enjoying it. I can't. Let's watch it. Let's turn this off.
Yep.
I'm done.
Bye, everyone.
Roll the thing.